And we're back. Okay. We took quite a nasty beating last time, didn't we? So, the hope would be here that we can find shelter in the friendly arm inn. We're supposed to be meeting two friends here, Khalid and Jahira. Alright, a quick thought. Now, if you've played this game before, and I certainly have many, many times, we know that bad things happen around this corner. But Aodhan does not know this, so he's in for it. We have to play it as though we don't know.
Hi, friend.
We're just looking for a place to rest. And what's happened every single time someone's asked us if we are who we are? So that's just too naive. I think that's probably our best bet. Huh. Nope. I beg to differ. You fit the description, so I think it would be safe to assume you are the one I seek. Don't move. I have something for you. Okay, auto pause, enemy sighted. There is a very tight chance we can get an arrow on him before his spells trigger. We'll watch this carefully. This is our first fight against a mage, so there's a bit to learn here. Our arrow's about to hit. It missed. Now, it says here armor cast previously, so that's with SCS, so almost like a pre-buff. What's he going to actually cast? Mirror image. So the armor spell has thrown his armor class pretty high, at least as though he's carrying splint. I think he's wearing splint mail armor in this spell. Mirror image is the real problem. He's going to have multiple images of himself, and we need to somehow wait for them to time out or chop through them manually. And while we're doing that, he's going to kill us. So I think we're going to run. Break line of sight. Hide in plain sight. And this is good. Some guards are attacking Tarnesh. Now, it's very important to me, at least, that we are the one who does the killing blow. So I'm going to let these guards wear off his... They're going to wear through his mirror images. There we go. We might be able to get an attack in. Oh, crap. That's stealth just dropped. We need to break away. Break. Okay, so sleep spell. The one we used against the ogre, that's triggered on us. I think we're pretty much cactus here. That's 4 acid damage. We're probably going to cop it again. I think we can call this a death. Yeah, he's... Yep. And that is what Tarnesh is here to do. He's here to break your dreams when you're a young player trying to play this game for the first time. We can't stealth in. We're not supposed to know. It's not worth chucking that arrow. I think we're just going to break off. Okay. Now, that hasn't triggered his... I don't think his spells have triggered. And if that's the case, we know he's hostile. His spells haven't triggered. We got away fast enough. Let's see if we can backstab him. Or is it worth using a bow? If we start close, we're in trouble. We can always run into the friendly arm. Oh, we just straight up miss. That's great. No, save us. So he saved our spell. And he's as deadly as he was before. Let's see if we can hide in here. We can. So one thing we can do here, we can use this. This is the overlay. And it shows that, well, it's not really clear here, but this has 6 rounds to go, I believe. So about 36 seconds of mirror image. We can count that out, and then we should be able to backstab him. His armor spell's a problem, but the hope would be... Yeah, the hope would be that we can, with the backstab bonus, so because you're attacking from the shadows, there's an extra chance to hit. So we should be able to break through him. In fact, how much longer is his spell? Yeah, his spell's about to drop. So we'll just hide. And then we'll go backstab him. We could also use the Oil of Speed to make sure we get extra attacks in to break his spell casting, but I think we'll use the Wand of Magic instead. So if we see him cast something, we have the wand. Double damage. Let's try and run. Jeez. I think we need to start again. Okay. So that spell casts so quickly that there's not really time to deal with it. We were rude to him. Now really, that is utterly rude. I'd teach you a lesson of manners, but that implies you're going to live. If you weren't going to anyway. If I weren't going to anyway, I'd kill you for being so uppity. It's not very nice of you. I always want to try and interrupt the spell if I can. No, get triggered. We got an arrow onto him though, so he's got a bit less health to work with. We might get that backstab happening. And yes, the guard's attacking him. Oh, we need to be stealthed. Oh, Tarnesh has seen us. We're running out of cover. I think if we can manage to get a stealth to trigger before that lands... No. So he'd surely know where we are. Or doesn't he? We might have bricked his AI to some degree. Well, the sleep spell doesn't last all that long. In fact, we can see how long it lasts. If I select... Might be a sec. And party members. There we go. I can find out exactly how long it will last. 1.9 rounds. So, whoops. So not long at all. Should be able to get in behind him and take him out. In fact, we might even try and sleep him again. If we can get him unconscious, that's the end of the fight right there. Come on, little halfling, wake up. Wake up, man. We're just lucky he didn't follow us over here. .3. Oh, it must be turns. A bit of a wait. This feels a bit cheesy. I'm going to reload. Yeah. Work with me here. Hey, we broke his... Our arrow landed at just the right time and broke his cast of Mirror Image, which should allow us... Break line of sight. That's going to mean the guards are going to have an easy time of damaging him. We don't want that. We want to be the one who drops the killing blow. He's got 8 damage remaining. And we're going to chuck a magic missile to make sure we get the kill. Yes. So this is the thing with mages. Once they're buffed up, they are really, really hard to kill. They are the best tanks in the game. But if you can get past their defenses, and we'll have more and more tools as we level up to do it, they fall very quickly. So that's good for us to remember too, since we are a mage. Oh dear. Alright, I'll keep this episode relatively short.
Friend. Good to meet a fine sod such as yourself.
Why is the West Road still open? Because it's Candlekeep. Alright. Jahiera and Khalid. Now obviously we can't have them join our party permanently, but we can get some support from them.
How long must we
Yes,
wait
it's
here?
us.
Things start to the...
Now I'm going to get you to give me an important item. This is the Potion of Invisibility. I'll just learn some spells here. So that's Burning Hands. Useful really only for trolls, I've found. Armor spell. A longer duration armor ability. We saw it with Tarnesh a moment ago. I prefer Shield. Now, Web is level 2. Great spell. We'll be using this one a lot. Essentially, it's an area of effect that will hold enemies unless they save with a -2 penalty. Always like seeing that. It's a great spell. Grease, no, don't really use it as much. The +2 to save still has an effect even if they do save. It slows them down, so it can have use. But usually I'd go with with sleep. Magic missile, that's a classic. Yeah. Does a good bit of damage. We just used a wand of magic missile. As we level up, we get extra missiles. This will be a spell I use at the very end of the game too for just massive burst damage. So it's a good spell. Oh, this is a note from. This is a note from Tarnesh. I love how it says here, "Be it known to those of evil intent." I mean, do we all self-identify as having evil intent? Anyway, we'll keep that. We got 2 belts here. Oh, this is the belt from Gorion. Okay, so we are going to pinch that potion from Jahiera and a healing potion from Khalid. Thank you for looking after me, kind friends. I'm now going to eject you from the party.
Okay, calm yourself, dear. We must proceed carefully.
Alright. I think we should go and see what we can find up here. If memory serves, there are some good quests around here. Oh, actually, yes, memory does serve. This is the guy who owns that belt.
You cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
I reckon we have your belt. 70 gold pieces, 60 with an insult. So thanks for that. Okay. We could try a bit of robbery. Let's do that. We want to avoid drawing attention to ourselves. That's the only thing. Yeah, our lockpicking is not exactly all that high a level at the moment, so I might come back here later on. Let's try this one. We broke through that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, a bit of extra gold. Let's have a look. Ah, Landrin.
A pleasure it is to meet you.
So down in Beregost wants us to kill some spiders. I'm sure they're just, you know, normal huntsmen or something. We can handle that. No worries. Oh, these ones are unlocked. I guess if we find a room that's empty, it's relatively safe to pick the locks. There we go. We want to avoid having the guards called. The sleeping halfling. Well, see, halflings are all thieves, so either we steal from him or he steals from us. Yeah, let's try and jack up our skills a bit. You should talk to him as well if you're interested in some really powerful technology later on in the game. But that I will leave as a mystery for you to explore. Okay, let's do some identification first. No one saw us do that. Cool. So, Bentley owns the Friendly Arm Inn, but his wife, Galana, she's pretty cool. We could save some money by identifying these later. I have a friend in Beregost who's good at doing that, but that's getting a little bit... we can also find the scroll of identify and do this ourselves, but right now this is just clutter, and we could use the money, so we'll actually gain more. So we spent 300 gold identifying those items, and now we will see if we can make it back by selling it to her husband.
It's been dreadful slow business lately.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves. So the girdle paid for itself, that's good. That's leather armor. We might actually keep that, I think. There are certain situations where our spells... don't know, actually. Belt of Antipode? Is that how you'd pronounce it? Or Antipode? It's not a term I've heard of, but it gives us complete cold resistance, which is really powerful, but doubles fire-based damage taken. You're more likely to get hit by fire, and there are very few situations where cold damage is constant. If we had a bag of holding, I'd keep it, but we can't afford the space right now, so it gets sold. What else do we have in here? I'm not sure where we got these from. I don't remember grabbing this many rings and... Oh, potentially we have Nira's gem bag, which has these items in them. Oh well. We stole from her through space and time. We're keeping these two. And these aren't worth selling. Okay. We will keep the armor. Yeah, we will. Right now, I think we will keep it on. So that drops our armor class from 6 to 2. Much harder to hit us with weapons. But we can't spellcast. So early on, that helps, but later on we'd much rather have... Yeah, we'd much rather be able to cast spells back at things. We'll pop in here and see an old friend. Hey, Joya.
Yes?
I will help you. So she wants her ring back. So some hobgoblins have stolen a ring from her. Now, hobgoblins, as I remember, are pretty easy to take out. Even if we get stuck in melee range, we should be able to triumph over them. And this quest will be useful. It'll improve our reputation. Ah, yes, once again, this is where it sits, the best item. So normally, there would be a ring of wizardry right there, which would double our first level slots, which is a huge boost. But item randomizer strikes again, and we don't have it. We have to seek it out somewhere else. So most of the early hidey spots have been just completely emptied, because they just give a boost to people if you know where that item is, which is not really how the game's supposed to work. If you're playing a single class mage, I would probably gift yourself that item, because otherwise you'll be resting every 10 seconds and trying to survive. We've got our bow, and that makes all the difference. There we go. Hobgoblins. We could backstab, but there's more than one, so we're going to actually drag with arrows. And we just straight up miss. Potentially he's on his own. And if that's the case, no, he's not. A lone hobgoblin, I would risk a backstab. Let's sneak around the corner. Oh, we'll just hold here. If they come, we'll shoot them. Ooh, and there's a ring. I think we'll still finish them off though. Yeah, so with only 8 hit points, they fall pretty quickly to arrow fire. I'm just going to duck up to the north and open up some more avenues for movement. There is a somewhat risky strategy I could employ, come to think of it. We'd probably burn through our potion of invisibility doing it, but it would give us some decent items early on. Moral failure running, so we should be able to just snipe him. Oh, that's not good. Let's see if we can drop a backstab on this guy and see if that's going to work. Right now it's just double damage. There's a low chance we'd kill him outright. Oh, almost. And put an arrow in him. And put an arrow in him before he gets to you. Neatly done. Alright, we've unlocked that location as well. We can always travel back there. I'll just put in some traveling commands and we will talk about good stuff as we walk. So, right now I'm setting waypoints too. If you hold the shift key, you can just place waypoints and your character will follow those waypoints. In the old games, it was particularly useful because the pathing was shocking. You'd try and say, move from here to here, and he would just get stuck somewhere in here, but the game's a bit smarter than it used to be. So, regarding loot and items, so we're operating on nothing right now. We've found that nice piece of armor, but normally by now we would have a ring of protection, we would have a bit more cash from the diamond, and more spells. So, to make up the difference, we have to pick where to go to find good items. So if we can find small treasure troves or find quests that give us items that are low risk, that's the idea. At least with another level under our belts, we would be much more likely to survive. So that's the idea. Probably going to push down to Beregost after this. There were a couple of quests in there that are relatively risk-free and should give us a bit of extra experience. Hey, Joya. So it shouldn't give us any money, but we got 400 experience points and 1 reputation. Just a quick point on experience. You'll see here, for example, it says the party has gained experience. In both cases, that experience is shared between your party members. So if you have 2 party members, you're only getting 200 each. That's why playing solo is so much better. Now there are a lot of major quests where if you complete them, you get quest experience. That isn't shared. That just goes to everybody. So overall, you don't really get twice the experience. But yes, it certainly helps a lot. And our prices are a little bit better now that we have an extra bit of an extra level of, I can use the word, of reputation. I'm going to buy this book for no apparent reason. And let's head down to Beregost. I'm probably going to finish up pretty soon once we get to Beregost. We'll do a couple of the quick quests in there and then bolt. I've got an appointment, but I thought I had enough time to do a quick episode here and get it uploading for you. I remember when I was younger, you'd have to change a disc between different areas. So if you travelled north to the friendly army and you had to change a disc there, and changing a disc always gave the impression of travelling time. You know, it took time to get there because you took time to find the disc. But also, it was ominous because bad things could happen. High Hedge is cool as well. These are 2 really useful places to go. It'd be good if we could heal a bit though, I think. I might take us down to Feld Posts Inn. My only real gripe with Baldur's Gate is certainly in a lot of places there aren't... I mean, we actually have good markers here. We know that Firebeard Elvenhair lives here, which is good. He's an old friend from Candlekeep. He must have ducked out shortly after us. But a lot of the quests, like finding where they are, is really quite challenging. For example, there's a quest which ends in this house, and there's no marker for it. So I understand there's people needing to use wikis to find things. Certainly, I did.
Decent folk nowadays.
Oh, he wants this book, The History of the Fateful Coin. Well, we are book collectors and have a copy. Reputation and experience, that's great. And we have an extra scroll case. Now, the way these work is these are actually linked, so we can't really sell it, so we'll just drop it on the ground. This book, very interesting. I would recommend, of the many books in the game, read through this one, just get an idea of some of the history. But we'll probably just sell it. If you want to find it, just Google History of the Dead 3. Oh, because we're stealth, we've broken an interaction. Let's just... I'll just wait until we unstealth so Marl
Here
can...
now, get out. I don't like your type in here.
You tell him, Marl.
Dealing with drunks, my speciality. No reason to get bent out of shape. You freakish adventurers going out, consorting with God knows what, dragging your trouble back into town. Well, we solve more problems than we cause. So someone's son goes and gets himself off killed. That's sad. That's why. But everyone's accountable for their own actions. If you knew him like you think, then ask yourself if he wouldn't have gone anyway. It's a calling you're born with. Nobody gives it to you. Tain't true. He's going to take over the farm and settle down. He never wanted to adventure. That's what you wanted, Marl. Fun's fun, but you're blaming folk for what couldn't have been helped. Boy was a firebrand, if ever there was. He was settling down. He wanted... Oh god, he wanted... The realms... We could just, totally bomb our efforts here, but let's buy a round to toast his memory. Alright, 900 experience points, which gives us a level up. So you don't always get experience from just fighting people. We really want points in everything, so, I'd love to put points in open locks and go up back to a friendly arm and raid some locks and things, but I think I want to get trapping a bit more reliable. So we're going to use it very shortly. 50 at least gives us less hassle. I don't feel I need to go much beyond 30 for this just yet. There are some traps we'll be running into soon, but I think we'll be okay with 30. I've done it with less. And we'll get some more hide and shadows, because that always helps. Being able to quickly disengage and hide, super good. You'll notice here that the experience points to go from level 1 to level 2. So I'll just say it straight out. Thieves require much less experience points than the mage class does. So we should expect to have more thief levels than mage levels for for the whole game. While we're here, there is an item I would like to track down. It involves us deploying the ferret. There we go. Go get him, boy. We're going to send you in to sneak stuff from Algernon with quick save, because if it fails, our ferret will have to kill him. So let's just not do that. I'll put a quick save a little closer, and I think being stealthed may help. It's just my impression. We'll see if it does. Sometimes I can't be bothered though, like right now. Nope. Come on. Hey, we got something. But when I take things, they belong to me. Hand it over. We got a cloak. We could identify it, but I know deep down in my heart of hearts this is the Cloak of Algernon, which gives us additional charisma and the ability to charm people. We can't use that ability until we identify the cloak, but very cool to have. Again, that's a bit of pre-knowledge, isn't it? So, I'm trying to balance...
I got some cheap beer for you.
Whoa, look at him. He looks creepy. We will take a quick nap. And we will sell this book. Thank you very much. Couple of spells here. None of them all that exciting. Reflected Image is kind of like Mirror Image, which we saw before with Tarnesh, but only makes one image. So that gives you a 1 chance to have a half chance of being hit, which I'm not really a fan of. Deafness, not really worth it either. You're better off just blinding enemies. There's the same chance that it'll work, and it's a level below. And Deafness just gives a half chance to miscast spells. I pretty much would never use this spell. Glitter Dust. I've never really used it, and I've been told it's actually pretty good, so maybe I should. It's like a combined spell that will reveal enemies that are invisible, but also blind enemies. So it's kind of cool. I'm not sure if it's party friendly. I should review that, but that'd be the one I'd pick if I had to pick any of them, but none of them are really must-haves. So, our quick nap lasted 2 days, but our health is back. We've got 18 hit points. Alright, let's see how we go with spiders. I recently read a post about cranberry farmers and how when they flood their fields, sometimes masses of wolf spiders come out, and that image really stuck with me, I have to say. Let's see if we can put down some snares. I'm going to save scum to make sure this actually works. There we go, set snare is successful. That first one there, that's a special snare, which will slow our enemies. And our second snare went down too. This is the building from the quest. So Landrin said to go to her house right next to the jovial juggler. There's a pack of spiders in there. So, yeah, this should be fine. We're going to sneak in and try and get one shot on the spiders. Oh, I have a way to boost our stealth pretty soon, actually, come to think of it. We're going to shoot this one. 2 damage. Now you know we're serious. Run, 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 run. So, hey, look at that. Damn, traps are good. We should have used traps against that bloody ogre. Okay, we have a single spider to deal with. Now, you may have remembered our friend Marl a moment ago was saying how angry he gets when adventurers bring their troubles into his town. Well, admittedly, that's what we're doing here. And there is no guard in Beregost. Have you noticed that? Now, a quick thought on spiders. We super do not want to get taken out by a spider, and spiders have really nasty poison. So, one more. If we're hit by poison at early levels, we basically are guaranteed to die. It just does 1 damage every couple of seconds, and it's, ooh, critical hit. And it's the end of us. So, okay, traps are pretty sweet. So, in situations where our character would expect to be engaged by bad guys, I feel it's fine to use traps, but we can't use them all the time. That's right, Landrin said to grab her boots and a bottle of wine as well. You might do some gentle stealing as well, because, well, if you hire a halfling, what's going to happen? Okay, I'm going to do one quick journey to the south and see if I can remember exactly where this is. But I believe there are some boots that will help us stay sneaky. Okay, we'll hide in the shadows. I'm going to ditch this armor. I'd rather be able to cast spells, if I'm being honest. Could just proceed without stealthing, but I think, there we go, let's sneak. Okay. Now I'm not really sure what an ogrillan is, but I think it's bad, so we're going to pop an arrow over there. Yeah, our backstab modifier down here is still only ×2. So it's really not safe to be backstabbing until we get to ×3 or something. I'll put an arrow in you, and I'm going to try the sleep spell. Hey! We knocked one out. Oh, that's not good. We can split them up, though. One enemy on their own is much easier to deal with than a pair. In fact, I might even sneak past this first ogrillan, so I can get my sweet stabby goodness on the other one. Whoa. There he is. I reckon I can pop over here and just pour arrow fire on this guy. Just in case our friend comes back, I'll hit him with a second sleep. Oh. No, we should be able to beat this guy before he gets to us. He's got 1 hit point left. We could have used the wand of magic. Okay, that's 1 down. Let's get the other guy. Oof. One on his own. One arrow, and then we'll cast a sleep spell. Save versus death. We'll do the old kiting thing. Here he is. Should get 2 shots on him. While we're here, we'll just do a bit of reconnaissance. Old caster. Old spell school. Backed into a corner, that's not really good. We will wait until he gets close and we'll pop it over the top. So an Ogrillan is not as nasty as an ogre, if you ask me, but we still do not want to get hit by it. Come on. Let's take him out. Again, with a full party, you find you have more options. Yeah, here we go. Dearest Mirianne, the road has been difficult, but this halfling I hired to carry this letter to you appears to be an honest chap. So we have to bring news. We're out of spells, we may as well put our armor on, but it's saying it's for still in combat, so we'll have to wait until that's over. It should be any second now. There we go. 18 hit points. That's enough to sort of survive 1 hit from most things. So we've got a good jump in survivability. Getting past level 1 is really the first test. Now, if I'm correct, somewhere to the south of this map, somewhere around here, there are enemies that have a set of boots that we really want. And if they can be found, somewhere to the south of the map. Just hiding in shadows again. You can see our radar on the left there is saying we've got hobgoblins. This might be the target. Oh, archer. That's not good. Because that means he can shoot back. Okay, we need to find a new tactic. Archers, in some ways you're better off engaging them up close. Okay, let's see if we can drag him out here somewhere. Is it just him on his own? If it's just him on his own, then I think he's ripe for backstabbing. And he's got 6 hit points. There's a good chance we'll exceed that. And get some arrows for ourselves as well. We are burning through them fairly well, aren't we? And slowly picking up their numbers makes a lot of sense, although I'm running a little short on time, so I might make the cut right here in the middle of the action and leave you all in suspense. We've got ourselves some nasty hobgoblins up here to take out, and possibly that will help us out. To cut. I will catch you guys next time.